Greeting or camerale. This means the combination of greetings in the FSM, which means Kaselelia, Mokutin, Ranalem, and Lenwo. Before I proceed, I would like to introduce the member of this group. Our group is group number 7. We name it as 007. And these are the leaders. I myself, Joachim Lonek Jr., Shireen Apple, I believe she's Bonaparte and also Filipino, Elisa Isaac, of course Ryan, I believe, and Janice Stacy Hebel of Bonaparte. We chose this person to go deep on research. Napoleon Bonaparte. In this presentation, we have 3 components, which is the introduction, personal circumstances, and leadership assessment. Under introduction, we have group leaders, our group leader statement, strategies we use in this research, motivation for choosing this leader. Under personal circumstances, education, personal quality traits, position held, success and failures, leadership styles, contribution to the society. And under leadership assessment, we have notable leadership qualities, group assessment of leadership demonstration, lesson learned from this research. So please bear with me. This is our leadership statement. There are 2 powers in the world, the sword and the mind. In the long run, the sword is always beaten by the mind. Our strategies in this project, we create a positive workplace, group chat room where we do our meeting, discussion, and updates, such as messengers, and sharing our data as we use Cocoa Drive. We do online research. We designate our group leader and set clear expectations for all group members. We set deadlines, stick to them, and check in once in a week for updates. These are the motivations for choosing this leader, Napoleon Bonaparte. We choose Napoleon Bonaparte because of his leadership style. He is known as one of the outstanding leaders who significantly impacted the development of their countries and the whole world. Napoleon Bonaparte was a military leader and emperor of France. He crowned himself emperor in 1804. Napoleon successfully waged war against various European nations and expanded his empire. Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769 in the island of Corsica. He was graduated from the French Military Academy in 1785. Simple mathematics, we could say that he was 16 years old. He then became a second lieutenant in the artillery regiment of the French army. The French Revolution began in 1789. He became affiliated with the Jacobins, a pro-democratic political group. During the Reign of Terror, Napoleon was promoted to the rank of brigadier general in the army. In 1795, Napoleon helped suppress a loyalist and was promoted to major general. These are personal traits, quality traits. He was a quick thinker, good at multitasking, enjoyed working with an outrage made of consultant and scientist, enjoyed the company of his soldiers, and remembered their faces and their names. Known to have the premonition, battles instinct, big fishing, he was a logical strategist. Like a chess master, everything he did was premeditated and calculated. Confident in judging the merits and skills of the people around him, he was also comfortable naming himself Emperor of France. This is his leadership style. Napoleon is known as one of the outstanding leaders who not only impact the development of their countries and the world. Many various aspects the basis for his successful rule and military campaign. However, the ability to act within the existing background and benefit from it is one of the most important structures unusual to Napoleon. During his military campaigns, Napoleon also considered existing cultures, particularities, and used them gain allies or gather support from the depressed people. Napoleon is a perfect example of an autocratic leader controlled the vast empire by himself. Resting on a powerful autocratic government, he was able to impact the future of the state by distributing and using source or creating laws. At the same time, his historical as a soldier helped him to directing his strong skills and attain the abilities needed to lead the war army by employing an autocratic approach and demanding subordination from all generals and soldiers. Being an autocratic ruler, Napoleon at the same time was one of the most popular figures in France, and citizens loved him. He managed to create a charismatic image of a person who would transform the state and create a better future for it. For this reason, inspired by these ideas, people followed him and were ready to die to protect a new France and Napoleon. These are the successes and failures. Under success, he built large European empires since Rome, sold Louisiana territories to the US in 1803 for 15 million, set up fair tax code, Irish government official base in Meretz, created public schools for all called lycees, restored Catholicism in France, create Napoleonic code law. And under his failures, Napoleon's first mistake was unsuccessfully attempt to cut off trade with the forcible closing of port blocked in 1806 with Great Britain and other European countries. Napoleon's second closely mistake occurred in 1808 when he was sent an army to Spain in invade Portugal because he was ignoring the continental system. In June of 1812, Napoleon's third of the power led to his third and most disastrous mistake of all when he marched into Russia. Napoleon used suppressed laws that neglect the principles of equality and violated the rights of women. These are the contributions to the societies, the positive and the negative. Napoleon developed something called the Napoleonic Code. This was the series of laws that brought a sense of order in fairness in France. The Napoleonic Code treated everybody equally, and it gave people who were poor a sense of home, that they could rise out of their condition of poverty. Napoleon also believed in treating the people he conquered fairly. This helped people in places he conquered be less likely to revolt against him. However, in conquest, Napoleon taught us another lesson: conquering too much land may lead to your downfall. A contribution to society Napoleon as the first consul. Napoleon first made a compromise with the Pope. However, he did not give back the churches and churches' land because this land now belonged to the Portuguese. This gained their trust. He also made it so that the clergy in France had to be elected by the French people. In 1804, the Code Napoleon became France's first uniform code of law, and most of those laws still exist today. Napoleon wanted France's economy strong to increase popularity and also to make France strong. Put high taxes on foreign goods so that France could compete. He also prevented inflation. He created the Bank of France. And as he made jobs available to talent, no money. Napoleon's legacy. Known as one of the greatest military leaders of all the time, nationalism throughout Europe rose during and after his reign. The conquest of Vienna, 1815, is called to figure out how to create peace between nations. After his defeat, Europe experienced relative peace between nations 200 years until World War One. Napoleon's final year, in October 1815, Napoleon was exiled to the island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic Ocean. He died there on May 5, 1821, at the age of 51, most likely from stomach cancer. Napoleon was buried in the island. In 1840, his remains were returned to France and entombed in Paris. Notable leadership qualities. According to some people, their leadership qualities are natural. However, perceptions are changing, and leadership is now considered to be an attribution that can be learned. In reality, when it comes to leadership, the best teachers are the ones who have made a mark in history and use their actions and legacy as point of instruction. No doubt, one of the most notable and greatest leader in history is Napoleon Bonaparte. Our assessment of their leadership demonstration, they're best remembered as a general and military genius, not for his enlightened government. Napoleon worked to restore stability to post-revolution France. He centralized the government, instituted reforms in such areas as banking and education. One of the most significant accomplishments was the Napoleonic Code, which streamlined the French legal system and continues to form foundation of French civil law to this day. We personally like the leadership style of Napoleon because being a leader means having a willingness to keep your hands dirty. What we learned from this research, we learned that one characteristic of Napoleon Bonaparte, it was intelligence to always be improving himself and acquiring knowledge that would help him in future tasks. He transformed the way in which the French army operated and turned France into a greatest military power in Europe. His confidence and ambition inspired his troops, and their victories brought glory to the France. Napoleon saved France from the chaos of the French Revolution. One thing that we also learned is that the Napoleon's Code. That's all. Thank you very much and have a good day.